Welcome to or welcome back on WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and on your screen you see the Frederique Constant Highlife automatic skeleton watches. There are two versions available of these automatic skeleton watches that comes from the Highlife collection of Frederique Constant. On the right side you see the steel version with a partly blue dial on the outer side of the dial, and there is a gray version. They are both steel watches, I have to say. The watch on your left side has a PVD coating that gives the watch a kind of a titanium look, a brown gray. It's not really a gray, it's more a brown gray. It's a beautiful color, titanium look, and features a matching partly gray dial as well. So why do I film these watches in particular conditions in bright sunlight? It's not the way I usually do it, because I want you to discover the nice artwork Frederique Constant has applied on the dials of these watches.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
You all know that one of the design features of the Highlife collection of Frederique Constant is that in the center of the dial you always have this kind of applied design of the earth, that shaped earth. And if you look close before I take my pointer and show it, what do you discover on your screen? It is, and you see it clearly, that the movement, the FC 310 automatic caliber of Frederique Constant has been skeletonized exactly to keep that shape of the earth on the dial. And if you look close now, you see here it is shaped as the earth, and you see it also on the brown, on the gray-brown version, or the gray version, the version that has this PVD coating on it. So Frederique Constant took lots of attention to not only skeletonize a movement as brands do it by taking away some parts to give you a see-through aspect, so you can discover some elements of the dial, the gear train, the barrel or the escapement. No, they pushed their limits a little bit further and tried really to skeletonize this movement in a way so they kept this typical earth they always display on their Highlife collection dials. Of course, yeah, there are some reflections. Yes, this is due to the fact that it is a boxed shape, sapphire crystal. It is has an anti-reflective treatment. You see this because there are these blue reflections coming back at on the side of the dial. You see this, and here as well you can see that there are these blue kind reflections. This is because, yeah, the dials have or feature an anti-reflective treatment. And of course I need to say that the watches are available either with a bracelet or, and this comes additionally and is included in the price, with a nice matching rubber strap. The watch has a diameter of 41 millimeter. The thickness of the watch from the side, the thickness is 10.84 millimeter, 10.84 millimeter. And the so-called lug-to-lug distance, I always give you this indication of the distance from one lug end to the other lug end is 43 millimeter. Something I sometimes forget to do, but this time I do not, is how is the bracelet tapering. So I've been measuring one end to the other end here. It's not in between the lugs, you can't say, because you see that the bracelet or the strap is fully more or less integrated in the design of the case. And so the distance from the outer side here is 25, and the bracelet or the strap both have the same measurements. So they taper down here to the pin buckle in this case. And if I will show you then the bracelet, you have the same. So the distance here is 18 millimeters. So 25 to 18, this is how the bracelet or the strap tapers. To continue my presentation, here is the steel version with the blue partly open dial skeletonized movement. We will now together discover some interesting details on your screens. You see the FC310 automatic movement of Frederique Constant, and you can discover the escapement here. When you look close, you will see the balance wheel oscillating on your screen. You can see this exactly here where the pointer is. Watch closely now and you see this is the escapement, and also nice to see positioned in between 4 and 5 is the barrel with the mainspring. That's nice to see, and you can focus on it. And of course you see some details of the crown, you see other details of the gear train, but basically the skeletonizing has been done to really, as I said it in the beginning of the video, to keep that nice shape of the earth on the skeletonized version 2. The watch featured applied indexes, has a blue, partly blue dial, also features some dots in between the seconds. This is something I have to say I don't like here. That is too busy for me. I would have not applied these small dots in between the seconds. I would have taken them off. And on top, this is a 4 Hertz movement, 28,800. And if you would say, okay, these little dots in between the second do have any sense, there should be 3 and not 4, because this is an indication that is used either for a 2.5 Hertz or a 5 Hertz movement. So yep, wrong on top. So I would have not kept them. They are making this dial, in my humble opinion, a little bit too busy. Besides of this, it's a very nice watch, I have to say. I will now also let you discover the version with the bracelet. You see here, this is the folding clasp, is a butterfly folding clasp. Nestled in there is the logo of Frederique Constant, and when you open it, you see a typical folding clasp that opens up. And this is a typical folding clasp. There is no micro length adjustment available, unfortunately, so you have to try to find the ideal length for your wrist by taking out some of these links. They need to be hammered out, and then you insert again the pin, and then you can do some adjustment, but there's no micro length adjustment available. You see that there is some perlage has been done on the inner side here, and there you go. The watches are powered by the in-house manufactured and designed movement FC310. It's an automatic caliber with a power reserve of 38 hours. This could be more. Yes, you're right. I hear you saying this in the moment I was saying 38. It's a 4 Hertz movement, 28,800 semi-oscillations. Both watches feature the same movement, and it is the movement that made Frederique Constant in the end also famous for. That's the heartbeat movements, where when you remember, you have an open worked dial and you can always discover the heart of the watch positioned here. And it is the same movement in this case. Of course, when you look closely, you can also see the heartbeat, you can see the balance wheel oscillating, but it is the movement that is well known for the brand for many years and has been used in the heartbeat, different heartbeat designs of the brand. So I said it before, the watch features a domed sapphire crystal, and you see here it is in fact a little bit domed. And once again, please, everybody who is now afraid I'm scratching the watch, no, I am not. This, once again, please, is a plastic pointer, and I can never ever, by no means, scratch the watch by touching it. Whatever I do here, can't scratch. Now, nice to see the Frederique Constant logo also applied on the crown. It's quite a huge crown that really nicely enables you to nicely operate the watch. And I didn't say it before, the cases are waterproof up to 50 meters. The watches both come either with a bracelet or a strap. In case of the gray version, it is of course a PVD treated, surface treated stainless steel bracelet, and in case of the watch you still have here in the background, it is a stainless steel partly polished and partly matte designed bracelet. And the watches come with an alternative with a rubber strap, and you again see that to better or perfectly integrate it into the watch, you have an element that comes with it that perfectly fits into the design of the case. And so you have, or you get the impression that the bracelet or the strap are more or less part of the case, and you don't get the impression that there's something missing, and there is no hole or no space when the bracelet or the straps are once fitted to the case or to the watch head, as we say. Clever as always, the solution Frederique Constant offers if you want to do some changes. No tools are needed. You have the spring bar here, and the spring bar features 2 pins. Here are the pins. I think you can see them. Here you have them. Here are 2 pins. There's 1 pin here and there's another pin here. And by using your nails, you squeeze them, and by squeezing them, the spring bar opens, and then you can easily integrate this bracelet or the strap into the case. There's no rocket science. Now, of course, here is here is the PVD coated stainless steel bracelet that goes with the gray version. You see, has the same folding clasp I showed you before, opening up here. Here you go. Let me do this. Yep, here you are. There is no perlage in here. Yes, because the surface is PVD treated and gives that bracelet a nice titanium-like look. It is a warm, it's not a cold gray. You are seeing it is a warm gray and looks really nice in combination with, of course, the matching color on the dial, etc., etc. So now let me, in the next step, show you how you change the straps. Here you see the pins. So the spring bar will then open up, so I can dismantle the bracelet from the watch head. It's always not easy to do this with gloves, but I will try in front of the camera. So in case you're not seeing everything perfectly, I do excuse myself, but this is how it happens. You really squeeze and then it opens up. So here is the proof. There is no rocket science, no tools necessary, and there was no editing. It was live. Same here. You see the 2 pins, and I will squeeze them, and excuse me if I do cover part of what you would probably want to see, but it is impossible to film that unless I would have a camera in between my fingers here. Sorry for that. And you see I squeeze and it opens up. So very easy to do. This is the watch head alone. Now you can see the perfect integration of the first link, that is, in case of the bracelet, the first link, and in case of the strap, a part of the design. You see it here. This is what I'm talking about. This is that first link that will fit in here. You see, it fits exactly in here. And so it is positioned perfectly and it will be seamless. There will be no space in between the case and the strap. What you have to figure out is where to put what. Normally you put the part with the pin buckle position at 12 o'clock. That's what I'm doing here. But once again, I will take the two pins in between my nails, squeeze them, and then I will just integrate it. And yeah, you saw, I did it easily with gloves. And believe me, if I can do that with gloves, you can do it without. And it's no rocket science. Easy to do for everyone at home if you want to quickly change the look of the watch. And I will also integrate the second part. Same procedure. Once again, I'm squeezing the pins, squeezing them. I'm bringing the bracelet close, oh no, the strap close to the case. And click, click. You heard it. It's integrated and it's on. And there you go. You have another type of watch. Look, different looking. It's not the same watch anymore. And in this case, I do really have to say, but this is my very personal opinion. So you may disagree, of course, that the skeletonized Highlife automatic skeleton watch looks much better with the rubber strap than with that bracelet. The first time swapped the bracelet versus the strap, and at the first time saw them, I really have to say, wow, this now is a very super beautiful watch. I think the open-worked dial is busy enough, is already attracting enough of attention, so there's no need to have that metallic huge surface on your wrist. I think the cool and much more relaxed blue or gray rubber strap, look, are much more calm. Besides the fact that it is much more a calm and, in my humble opinion, a sophisticated look of the watch, it is also quite of a weight difference. The version, as you see now with the rubber strap, has a weight of 83 grams. So the entire watch weighs 83 grams. And if you use the PVD coated stainless steel bracelet instead, with, I have to say, with all the links that are in here, and the bracelet is quite too big for me, has not been sized for me. If you use it, the weight is 153 grams. Same applies if you use the stainless steel partly polished and partly brushed version. So it adds quite of a weight, 153 grams. Both the strap and the bracelet are delivered to you. You don't have to buy either of them extra. They are both in the box when you buy it for the price. You don't pay any extra. The watch in gray with the PVD coating on it is sold for 2,395 euros. And the blue version, the stainless steel version, sells for 100 euro less, 2,295 euro. And also here, so there is no doubt, you have both in your picture. You get the watches, you get the watch with the bracelet and the strap. Both are included for 2,295, and both are included in the PVD coated version for 2,395 euro. Yes, there is a Superluminova applied on the dials, and here comes the loom shot. There is one last information missing before I say goodbye. The watches, both of them you see on the screen or you saw throughout all the video, are limited to 888 pieces each, and the limitation is also being shown on the back side. There is a number that will be engraved here showing the limitation of the watch. This is of course still a prototype or a piece that belongs to the manufacturer, to Frederique Constant, but here you see limited edition written on the backside, and the number then will be engraved here. So you will see here da 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 out of da 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 da. So you will really get an individual number, and it's not written 1 out of 888. It's really the number 125 out of 188 or whatsoever. So let me please, as I already said in the video, know what you think, how you would probably wear the watches. Let's discuss this in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching another video here on WatchAdvisor. And yep, see you soon back with more to come, of course. And all the best, and stay safe and sound.